relax. Relax. Just go, and you see the color showing underneath, right? The color, right? And just grab it from the edge and just nick it a little bit. Welcome back to Tika's Creations. My name is Ticasso. If you guys are wondering why the background's different, it's because I moved into a different place. But if you guys are having trouble making a dream catcher or just want to enjoy this painting, here's my version of the dream catcher. Also, I have a new feature I'd like to show you, and this is it. This is gonna be fun. And yes, it will. If you guys haven't followed me on Instagram, Snapchat, or Facebook, make sure you follow me there. The username is down below, right down there. Alright, let's get on to the video. Okay, so I'm going to be talking to you guys, like, my thought process about, like, what I'm doing throughout the painting. And I kind of like this better because I can, like, you know, I guess kind of talk to you. It's the closest thing to it. So, okay. First, I spray down yellow, and then I spray down orange, and then I spray down red. And the reason why I do that is because when I'm making the dream catcher, like the circle that goes around it, like the outer part, I want color to show. And the main way to do that is to put a color underneath, like, the black that you're going to put over it, or the color that you're going to put over it. You'll see in the future. So I probably won't be looking to the camera because I'm looking at the video at the same time, so I can tell you, like, so it's like, it's timed well. Alright, so here I'm going to make the background and the texture. So I add yellow, orange, and red. And what I do is I just grab my newspaper and I just gently, just brush your hand over it. Alright, I make the painting wet again so I can add some type of layering, right? Because I want like there to be like trees in the background, so I just grab a sponge and I go vertically up. And you just tap the painting, right? Sometimes during the painting I'll cover up like different layers, but as long as it's there, like I'm pretty happy. Like as long as I put it at least, right? I wouldn't want to skip any detail that I could possibly show. Here I add the sun, right? Just a spurt of white. Here I'm making the rocks. Whatever color you put underneath your shadow color, so in this case black is our shadow color, those colors are going to show when you use the newspaper. So what other colors are underneath, they're gonna show. This is kind of fun. I kind of like this. I kind of like this video and me like talking and me watching the painting at the same time. My garage is so dirty. If I get to 2,000 subscribers, I will clean my garage, and you guys can like hold me to that. Actually, no, I wouldn't say 2,000. I'll say 1,500. I'm close to 1,500, so if I get to 1,500, I will clean my garage. Right, so here I'm just adding trees, right? Just grab your palette knife and just go, right? Just pretend like do your best to make a tree. You start with the trunk, and it's just branches, and that's all it is, right? People get so worried about like making it perfect or making the tree look like someone else's. Just go, just do it. Your creativity is like a river, right? Your mind is like a river. If you keep on putting obstacles in front of the river, the creativity cannot flow. You understand? Like, it just has to go. And as soon as it goes, like, you just start coming up with stuff. You start developing your creativity. And as you do that, things start getting better. Alright, I dried the painting because when I put black down there, I don't want the white from the waterfall to really mix with, you know, the black, right? Sure, it will show, but I want it to be very transparent, the white. See? If I didn't, it'd be like a very murky gray, and that's something that I don't want. So here I used poster board to cover up the rest of the painting because I'm using a way different color. I'm using blue, which is it contrasts a lot. So blue, a darker blue, and then I use a little touch of white to make it look like a reflection. I just take my finger, smear across. Smear across, it's easy. Here I'm adding the foreground, right? And here we're gonna add foliage, right? Some sort of like nature, like bushes, trees, things like that. For the trees, I just do a streak of black up, right? For shadowing. And we're just gonna take my palette knife. On the right side, the light source is coming from the left, so we're gonna do it on the left side, right? Just scrape up. Same thing on the other tree, and then same thing on the other side, but vice versa. It's gonna be on the right side. And if you notice, towards the bottom of the tree, there's blue, right? That's a mistake, right? I obviously make mistakes. What I do is I cover up my mistakes with the paint, right? You just go, just let it happen. Just let it happen and just try to do your best. That's typically what I do. And then for the trees, for the branches, same thing. Start thicker off as you go from the trunk outward. So if you're closest to the trunk, it's gonna be a thick branch, and as you go off, you know, away from the tree, it gets thinner. To add foliage, I do yellow and green because I think it's a very good color. Add some more, like, a different color to the painting and some contrast, right? So I add yellow and different shades of green. Here I'm adding yellow, orange, and red because when I put the feathers, right, I want them to be colored. I've seen it so many times. People do feathers, right? And I think it's a missed opportunity to add some color to the painting. If you want it to be white, just leave it as white. It's just you. Whatever I'm showing you, you do not have to copy, but I just want to give inspiration to you. You can copy it if you want, but I'm just giving you inspiration. Right? If you want things to be black and white, you can. If you want to change like the scene in the middle, you can. It can be an underwater scene, it can be a space scene, it can be both, it can be anything. Right? For the trees, I'm just tapping on with a sponge. Right? And the paint kind of dries because it's hot in Texas. So I just add crystal clear, right? The clear coat to make it wet again. And I just go. Just tap. Let me know down in the comments if this is helpful. If I'm talking too much or whatever, like, just let me know down in the comments. I want to know. Like, because I just want feedback so I can give you guys the best videos that I can. Okay, here, if you're ever nervous of putting white, test it out. You want to aim at something and see if you can hit the target, right? So I aimed at my table and I was like, okay, I want to spray right there. As soon as I can do that, I'm like, I feel more confident that I can spray in the middle where I need it to be. Here I'm just adding the rays of the sun, and just take a straight edge. Don't spray on the poster board, you're gonna spray on the edge, right? On the edge of it. That way the overspray just goes down. I'll show you how to do that in another video. Right, so we cover it up because the scene is done. And the reason why this is such a wow factor is because generally people see planets, right? When you're covering up something with a plate, there's a planet underneath that, right? Let's be honest. But when you're doing it live and people are coming to see you and they're like, oh, he's just doing a planet, and they see a whole nature scene underneath, it's like, it just shows some variety. It's something different, which people generally, they like, right? So here I'm just using a simple background color, which is black. Add a little dustings of red, some little yellow, right? And then we're gonna make the dream catcher itself. And then here I just use basically my palette knife. Alright, I want the paint to be wet again because it's dry. Right? Because the heat really, really dries it really fast. Right, and always clean your palette knife. So like, wipe it off. Right, just clean it. If you mess up, the background color is black. Just cover it with black, and you can just use your palette knife again to fix it. Alright, like I said, I make mistakes. What I do is I try to cover up my mistakes as much as possible. I guess, like, in real life I do that. Alright, don't do that in real life. But in painting, it's okay. Here, when I did that X mark, that X, it's just to show that there's rope coming down. Or like some sort of string. Alright, so I do that to just add a little bit more detail. Right, and just relax. Relax, just go, and you see the color showing underneath, right? The color, right? And just grab it from the edge and just nick it a little bit. As you go further to the top, the feathers will be bigger. Remember that. Just makes it look more realistic, in my opinion. So you do the same thing here, and you just put basically all the feathers down. Right? You just keep on putting the feathers down, and then basically this painting is finished. I hope you guys liked the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It will mean so much to me. I'm just trying to get to 1,500 subscribers. That's 20 more, right? So like, share with all your friends. And let me know down in the comments if you like this, like me being in the top left corner and me talking to you. If I'm talking too much, if you don't want to know as much detail, I'm just trying to teach you as much as I know, as much as I can, so you guys can be better than me in the future, right? And take your artist skills to the next level. I'm just trying to help. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys later. Thank you, Ticasso family.